Let's take a look at this problem, or these two problems. Given two functions, perform the following operations on the functions. We want to add them, subtract them, multiply them, divide them. And the function below are just one example. Many combinations could exist on the actual test. Okay, so our first one, we're going to have f of x is equal to x squared minus 11x plus 18, and g of x is equal to x minus 9. Okay, f plus g. When you're going to add two functions together, you just put parentheses on each one, put a plus between them. So we got x squared minus 11x plus 18 plus, and then x minus 9. Now the plus doesn't actually do anything, so we can just drop these parentheses. So we got x squared minus 11x plus 18 plus x minus 9. When I say it really doesn't do anything, it doesn't change signs or do anything like that. Now we're going to combine together like terms. Like terms where you got the same variable, the same power. Here's an x and here's an x. Negative 11x plus x gives us negative 10x. And here's a number and here's a number. 18 minus 9 gives us 9. And that would be our answer. Well, let's find f minus g. I'll do it right here. Same thing. We put parentheses on each one, put a minus between them. That's the same steps we do on each one of these operations. Okay, well, the first set of parentheses isn't doing anything, so I can drop it. So I got 11 or x squared minus 11x plus 18. Now remember, if you have a negative out in front of your parentheses, flip the sign of everything inside. So this is going to flip the sign of the x and of the negative 9. So the positive x becomes a negative x, the negative 9 becomes a positive 9. Now we want to combine together like terms in any step. Here we got an x, and here we got an x. Negative 11x and negative 1x gives us negative 12x. And here we got 18 plus 9, which gives us 27. So our answer would be x squared minus 12x plus 27. Okay, f times g. Well, put parentheses on each one, put the operation between them. So I got x squared minus 11x plus 18 with parentheses on it, and then parentheses on the x minus 9. But actually, one set of parentheses next to another set of parentheses indicates multiplication. So we could put a times in between them, but we don't need to. Okay, now we're going to multiply these together. So I'm going to take my first term over here. I start with the one with the smallest number of terms. Now I'm going to take the first term, which is x, and multiply it times each term over here. So I'm going to take x times x squared. I'll take x times negative 11x and x times 18. And then I want to take my second term, the negative 9, and multiply it times each term over here. So I'll take negative 9 times x squared. I'll take negative 9 times negative 11x and negative 9 times 18. Well, x times x squared is x to the third. X times negative 11x is negative 11x squared. X times 18 is 18x. Negative 9 times x squared is negative 9x squared. Negative 9 times negative 11x is positive 99x. And negative times positive is negative, and multiplying those together, 162, I believe. Yeah, 162. Well, no matter where you are in algebra, you should always combine together like terms. Like terms, same variable, the same power. Here's an x squared, here's an x squared. Negative 11, negative 9 gives us negative 20x squared. Here's an x and here's an x. 18 plus 99 is 117x. And then I'll bring down the minus 162. And that's our answer. Now the last operation for this first example is division. And so I can put parentheses around each one if I want. And put the division symbol in between them. Now remember, the fraction is the same thing as the division. Well, to simplify this, we want to, this is a rational expression. Rational expression means you got a single fraction and you got variables in your denominator. That's a very simplistic definition of it, but one will work. We want to factor the top and bottom. But simplifying rational expressions, we factor the top, factor the bottom, and then cancel if we can. Well, the top part is the PSD method, because we got x squared x, no number for our x squared. So we're going to take our number at the end, ignoring signs, so we got 18, and we'll come up with our 3 columns. Write down all products, give us 18. We got 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 4 doesn't go into it, 5 doesn't go into it, and the next one would be 6 times 3. Now add these together. 1 plus 18 is 19, 2 plus 9 is 11, 3 plus 6 is 9. Difference column subtract, smaller from larger. 18 minus 1 is 17, 9 minus 2 is 7, 6 minus 3 is 3. Now the number we're looking for is a number in our middle term, which is 11, which is right here, so we're going to use 2 and 9. So we've got x, 2, and x and a 9. Bottom part we can't factor at all, so I'll leave it alone. Now our larger number in the p column we're using 2 and 9, so our larger one is the 9. Will always be the same sign as the middle term. Middle term in this problem is a negative. Number with circles in the s column, s for same signs. Since this one's negative, this one has to be negative. And once I've done that, I see the x minus 9s will cancel, which leaves us x minus 2 is our answer. Let's take a look at our second example. We got f of x is equal to 3x plus 1, and g of x is equal to 7x plus 2. And we want to find the same 4 operations. We want to add them. So f plus g. Again, I put parentheses around each one. So parentheses around the 3x plus 1, plus, then parentheses around the 7x plus 2. For this particular problem, these parentheses aren't doing anything, so I can just drop them. So we'll combine together like terms. 3x plus 7x is 10x. And combine together numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is 10x plus 3. Now f minus g. Again, we'll put parentheses around each one of them and put the minus in between them. Now the parentheses around the 3x plus 1 isn't doing anything, so I can just drop them. And remember, if you have a negative in front of your parentheses, that's going to flip a sign of everything inside. So the positive 7x is going to become a negative 7x, and the positive 2 becomes a negative 2. Well, combine together like terms. 3x minus 7x is negative 4x. Combine together numbers. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So our answer is negative 4x minus 1. Okay, f times g. Put parentheses around each one, and by having the parentheses next to each other, that indicates a multiplication. You could also do a times there if you want. Now we're going to multiply these together. FOIL, if you learned that method. We're going to take the first term here, the 3x, and multiply it times each term over here. So we got 3x times 7x. We got 3x times 2. Then we'll take our second term, which is the plus 1, and we'll multiply it times each term over here. So I got 1 times 7x, and I got 1 times 2. Well, 3 times 7 is 21, x times x is x squared. 3x times 2 is 6x, 1 times 7x is 7x, 1 times 2 is 2. So we get 21x squared plus, always combine together like terms, 6x plus 7x is 13x plus 2. And that's our answer. Now f divided by g. Well, put the 3x plus 1 up on top, put the 7x plus 2 down below. And this is a rational expression, but again, I cannot simplify this because I cannot factor the top, factor the bottom. So this would actually be our answer.